So, if you want to sip along with Scotty and me, this is the time to open them up. And that is probably plenty of time to have been delaying the most exciting part of our program today, and that is my very, very special guest. He has his latest release is number one in between, is number one on the country music charts. This is the third time he's had the number one song on the charts. He's just an amazing person, actually just such a gentleman, I'll say that. I hope he doesn't mind if I do. And an all-around great guy, and I'm so excited that he's going to come on and see us. So let's bring on Scotty McCreery. And he's also been down in Nashville, I think, but we'll find out. I think he's been working on a new... there he is. We can just ask him. How you doing?
Good. How you doing, Catherine?
So glad to have you here, Scotty. It's just such a treat. Great to see you again.
For having me. It's always nice to see you and drink some great wine, so I'm excited.
That's the plan. And speaking of great wine, I think we should let's go ahead and start. So we're going to start with this is our Sauvignon Blanc, Knights Valley Sauvignon Blanc 2018. I'm just going to pass you this little old bottle.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nicely done. Okay. So cheers.
Oh, cheers.
Yeah, I got to get some in there. Okay.
Absolutely.
So you're in Nashville, right?
I'm in Nashville, Tennessee. Yeah, we're working away on the new album right now.
That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, we're excited. It's been a few years, so I'm excited to get back in the studio and get to work.
Well, we're really excited. You know, you got a high bar to meet. You got now 3 number ones, so we're waiting on number 4.
This was my first album I ever had. I'd never had a number one before this last album, so it was very exciting. But you're right, the bar has now been set, and I got to try to meet that again. So it's exciting.
So is Gabi there with you, or?
She's not. So she was planning on coming to Nashville this week, and we have our best friends are moving from North Carolina to Los Angeles like tomorrow. So she was kind of helping them move and get through that process. So she's still back home in North Carolina. Okay.
Well, that actually gives you more time to work, I'm sure.
I don't have to get back home for dinner or anything. I can stay in the studio as late as I need to. So we're getting some good work. That's so true.
Yeah. That's great. So I don't know anything about recording studios, but I do know Dallas in the summer, which has to be somewhat like Nashville in the summer, and that has got to be way hot. Yeah?
It's toasty and it's steamy too over here in Nashville. It's nice and humid, but it's all good. I personally, I'd still rather have hot and humid than frigid cold. I don't do well in the cold, so I'm A-okay right now.
That's great. So I thought we would start off, if you're game, with a series of rapid-fire questions. So it gives folks a chance to maybe learn some things about you they may not otherwise know. Are you game?
I'm all in.
Okay, let me get my little list here now. All right, you're going to need one because these are obviously very tough. Not really. But the idea here is just first thing that comes to your mind, quick answers, quick questions, quick answers.
Okay.
What's the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning?
Oh, my goodness. I try to chug a thing of water before I get my coffee in. So, yeah, try it. Okay.
Very healthy. Very healthy.
One of the few.
Okay, try counts. I think that's fine.
Yes.
What's your go-to pre-show meal or snack?
Okay, so for me personally, I don't like to have like a big heavy meal on before I sing because I feel like there's a lot to weigh down moving around. So honestly, if Cheez-Its are my go-to right before stage snack. My bus always has Cheez-Its on there.
Cheez-Its. Okay. You know, like the points you got for having a water when you first wake up, you just lost it. Yeah, but okay.
Okay. That counts?
Yeah. What's your favorite Nashville show venue to see new talent?
Oh wow. Well, I'll pick two. One of them used to be the Grand Ole Opry, the Ryman Auditorium. I just feel like anytime you see a show there, it's spectacular. It's the mother church of country music. But it's always really cool when you're at the Grand Ole Opry House over there at Opry Mills, and you get to see a new act have their Opry debut. You see it in their eyes, like how big of a moment it is. And I'll never forget my first time when the Grand Ole Opry. So it's always neat to see those debuts.
What's a movie you're embarrassed to tell people you actually love?
Oh my goodness! I mean, I love a good chick flick. I mean, I really do.
Oh, you're wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, you get points back for the cheese-it. Yeah, that's nice. I like it.
Gabee's favorite that I do love is A Walk to Remember. I think that's a really good movie.
Aww. Cheers to that. Okay, what's the best song Elvis ever sang?
Wow, that's a loaded question right there. I mean, I'm not sure you ever sang a bad one. For me, what I grew up on, because I grew up on a lot of Elvis. If you look like right over my left shoulder, you can see where he recorded like all of his music, or a lot of it, RCA Studios. I would say for me, Blue Suede Shoes, Suspicious Minds, I think is way up there. Burning Love, there's a ton, but those are probably three of my favorites.
Oh, so good. Okay, finish this sentence. My fans can make my concerts better by...
Oh my goodness! I mean, they do it all the time. They sing with me when they stand up and they're clapping and they're waving their hands. I mean, anything. They're great. I love that's the one thing. I mean, there's so much about 2020 that's not been so great, but for me, outside of everything else, it's just missing the concerts and seeing those fans every night. So yeah, just hearing them sing along, especially after having a song like In Between, Go to the Top, it really makes you feel good on stage.
What's the last meal that you cooked for Gabee?
Wow.
She's probably watching.
I know, she probably. I'm trying to think what it exactly was. I'm normally the steak guy. I normally cook the steaks. So if I had to guess, it would be a nice filet with Brussels sprouts are my go-to side item. So nice, kind of healthy there. A little red meat. But
yeah. That's healthy. That's great. Okay, two more. Which stadium or amphitheater has been your favorite to perform at so far?
Wow, those are. There's a lot for me.
There's a lot. Yeah.
It's fun for me because I know all my friends are up on the lawn and they're singing. Anytime I get to play Boston, my dad's from the Boston area, so big Red Sox and Patriots guy, and I always have like my cowboy boots are they have the Patriots logos and all the sports teams in Boston, and I lift my pants up and the crowd just goes nuts every time. So I probably all favorites. I want to play Red Rocks. I've never been to Red Rocks.
Where's Red Rocks?
It's like an hour outside of Denver, and it's like just a big canyon of mountains that line the amphitheater, and it looks amazing. Love to get there.
Whoa. Yeah, sounds gorgeous. Okay, last question. Would you agree that this is a delicious summer sipping wine?
Oh my goodness, this is tasty. Tasty.
Yeah. It is. Thanks. So, I actually thought we would just talk about this wine just for a little bit.